my YouTube channel. I have built a crack in the basement just like the Wide Boyz. This is now the third crack I've built. I had one in the backyard that used to be an off-width and then it was a hand crack, but it was terrible, so now I've built it in the basement, which is a lot better. I've had a couple trips to Utah this year, and on both of them I kinda failed on the climbs I wanted to do, so I need to train more, get better at jamming, especially for the harder climbs that I want to do. So today's going to be my first session in the basement. I've had this thing built for a few months, but I just haven't gotten around to climbing on it. So today's going to be my first session really climbing on it, and we'll see how well I do. First, I'm just going to be doing the crack in this room and a little bit in the next room, which is about 15 feet of climbing. And this section here is thin hands, and then the next two sections are just regular hand jams, so a bit easier. The other room over there has some harder paddle hands, but today, for my first session, I'm just going to stick with the easier stuff. So let's get all the pads out so I don't hit the ground. Yeah. Alright, I've got all the pads out, so here is the crack. There we go. So there's the crack. So it starts off going thin hands for a bit, then you have a tricky section getting around this pipe into the hand crack, and you go over here through the doorway and then back to more hands. So that's the section. So hopefully I'll be able to do a few laps going out from there, coming back and going back down to the doorway. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, here we go. First time climbing the crack. So, ow. Too tall for this house. So I just did my first length down from that doorway over to here, and it was a bit harder than I expected, and it's a good thing this is a low budget production, because if there was like an IFSC close-up of my hand, you'd see my fingers in there just crimping the edge of the crack the whole time. It's really hard for me to keep them straight, but gotta start somewhere. It's also, like, the Wide Boyz make it look so easy when they climb, but it's just awkward climbing upside down in a roof crack, and it's kind of hard to see where you're going, but that's probably because I'm gripped out of my mind. So let's do down, and I'll probably have to hop off and then rest for a bit, and then go back. So I just barely managed to do another length. I'm getting gassed already. But let's see how it is going the other direction. So starting on the hand bit down there, I'm going to hit my head on this pipe. So starting on the hand bit down there, going through the doorway, hands again, and then finishing in the thin hands. I mean, other than the fact that I suck at climbing, I'm basically one of the Wide Boyz. They live in England, I live in New England. We both have roof cracks in our basement, and we're both crack climbers. thin hands. Why? Whose idea was it to build this? Oh. So, going from the front of the house to the back of the house seemed maybe a smidgen easier, but it's maybe because I'm learning the sequence a bit better. But man, coming off the hand jams into the thin hands just, it feels so bad. Versus going from the back to the front, you get the nice relief of plugging your hand in a solid hand jam, which just feels so good. But the feet movement seemed easier going that way. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. This might not even get posted because all the footage might just be garbage. But, you know, gotta start off somewhere. We'll go one more time, going from the front to the back. And then I might just call it a day. Not a very long session. My hands are already hurting, but it took years for the Wide Boyz to get where they are. This is day one. Alright, I think we'll call it there for today's session. Bit of a shorter one, only like a half hour. And only 15 feet 4 times, so only 60 feet of climbing, but feels not too bad, a little painful, especially right down there on the wrist, but yeah, good first session.